So I am super excited and honored to show you all around one of my most favorite neighborhoods in all of Madison County in Richmond. Today we're at Kingsgate Subdivision, which is where I currently live with my husband. This is a really special place, obviously. My husband built our house in 2005 or 6. He says 2006, but I saw on the water heater the other day 2005. But anyway, so this neighborhood's been here since the late 90s, and there are about 50 houses here. Everything's on a minimum of an acre, and we are located just behind me is Lancaster Road. So I just turned on to Elliott Ford Road, which is the main drag in the neighborhood, and then there's a couple streets off of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera around because I'm gonna take you through all of the streets in the neighborhood. So let's go. Okay, so you'll see it in a little bit here, but on the left, that house is the original farmhouse. I knew more about it recently and I can't remember, but it's really old, like early 1900s old, original farmhouse to the neighborhood. So here's our little main entrance sign, Kingsgate, and this first street is Royal Crest Drive. So we're gonna go down here. This street has 12 houses, I believe, on it, and all the houses are on a minimum of 1 acre. All brick houses. There are some minimum restrictions in the deed, but I would say the minimum house price would be about $300, and then some of the homes go up to $750 pretty easily. So you can see this cul-de-sac here, and I will take you back down this street. This house on the right is one of the newer ones here on our cul-de-sac, and my grandmother sold that house several years ago. This is a newer one too. A lot of the homes in this neighborhood have in-ground pools. You're not allowed to have above ground pools. Even though there are deed restrictions for the neighborhood, no one has gotten together yet and actually formed a formal homeowners association. So I guess there's not really anyone specifically to enforce the rules, but there probably will be in the near future, I would say. It's not very common to have a neighborhood of this age. I sold that house right in front of us. It's not common to have a neighborhood of this age without a formal HOA, but everyone's really good. I mean, since the houses are of a certain price range, and people come here and never leave. And let me just show you or tell you about some of the stats I was looking at before I did this video. So in the past 2 years, it's the end of 2018 right now. So for the past 2 years, there has been only 5 houses sell out of 50. That's Covenant Court or Covenant Drive on the left there. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 houses on that street. This house on the right, I'll get back to the stats, sorry. But this house on the right is really special to me too, because if you ever, and I'll put a link in the blog too, but if you have ever seen my episode of HGTV, that was one of the houses that I showed in my episode, A Sale of Two Cities. So you can see there's a couple vacant lots left, not many, they're all basement lots. Mostly, yeah, like walkout basements. And so anyway, so back to the stats. We're going to turn here on Sovereign because this is the last big street, and there's 2 cul-de-sacs off this one. But in 2 years, there's been 5 houses sell. There's currently 2 on the market. All of the street names in the neighborhood, you've got Royal Crest Drive, Elliott Ford Road, Sovereign Drive, Covenant Drive, Peace, and Wisdom Lane. I believe it's a lane. Yeah. So this is the back street, and the houses here on the left, they all back up, or not all, but towards the end back up to a big pond, and actually their lot lines go into the pond. On the right here is that Peace Drive. So that's one of the houses on the left that's currently for sale, and another vacant lot there on the left. That one's not for sale, but it's been like that for a while. So hopefully someday someone will build a house on it. But we have straight ahead in the cul-de-sac to the right, I would say that's the most recently built house, and it's like 2 or 3 years old. And again, it's 2018. So we're gonna circle around this cul-de-sac. Price ranges, the least expensive house that's sold here in the past 2 years was like I said, $300,000, and then the most expensive to have sold was $400. But I'll tell you a cool story about that house there that we just saw. That one is the house that my clients actually bought that was on the HGTV show with me. So that was pretty exciting. We had to, I had to show them other houses and everything. We had to go through the process, and that's the one that they actually bought, and I had it listed. It was 7,700 finished square feet. Several years ago, 2015, I think they bought it, and it sold for around 500, but it backed up to the pond. Our house actually backs up to the pond as well. And so everyone on both sides of those streets and Covenant get to enjoy the view. Right now we have lots of geese. One of my favorite parts about this neighborhood is all the neighbors are super close. We have a private Facebook group, and if anyone needs anything, your neighbor has it. Like, everyone is really, just really, I don't know how to say it besides just like sweet, just caring, and everyone has dogs and cats and kids, and it's a really, really friendly neighborhood without being like too friendly. So if you like to stay to yourself, it's great for that too. It's definitely a highly sought after neighborhood. Not to be like biased or anything, but I swear, I promise, Girl Scout honor, and I was Girl Scout. I've had several clients specifically seek out this neighborhood. Like, they were going to sell and they only wanted to buy here and waited for the perfect house to come on the market in our neighborhood. Like I said, we're 3 miles from EKU and the Eastern Bypass, several restaurants, the interstate at exit 87, but then also the other way, Duncannon Lane. If we're going south to Berea, we cut down Cal East and hop on Duncannon, and you're on the interstate quicker than you are if you go to 87. So it's really centrally located, and I love that about it too. So if you have any questions about Kingsgate in Richmond, I would love to be your realtor. See you all next week.